Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go and take your paper clip. You're holding your paper clip, right? I want you to flip around, turn around, face that way. And I want you to do this. I want you to hold the paper clip just between your two fingers. Can you all see me? And let your wrist go limp like that. So your wrist just hang. Take your other arm and put it around the base of your elbow. Now, what I want is I want that paper clip to be hanging about an inch off the ground. And your hand is totally relaxed, right? And make sure the paper clip is off the ground enough where that any little extra thread isn't dragging. So the thread is off the ground, right? I want you to hold your arm steady. And all I want you to do is look at that paper clip. And I want you to say aloud, follow me, and say front to back, front to back, front to back. Okay, ready? Front to back, 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 front to back. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to tell that to circle. Circle, 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 circle. Now, side to side, 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 side to side. Side to side, 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 and stop, 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 stop. Okay, what we are modeling here is the power of visualization. Now, in case you're wondering what was supposed to happen, for most of you it probably did happen, is you're concentrating on just holding that string and just relaxing. And you're saying to that paper clip front to back, and that paper clip starts to swing front to back. It listens to you. And then you said circle, and it started, just in case you thought like it was an air vent in here or something, and it started to circle, right? And that's pretty weird because you're not consciously telling that paper clip to do that. And it does it. Now, it's not magic. It's not, some laser beam comes out of your brain and starts swinging that paper clip from side to side. What it is we call it, and you don't have to memorize this, all right? We call it the psychoneuromuscular theory. Yeah, brain, nerve, muscle. Brain, nerve, muscle theory. And here's what it is. When you visualize, you actually fire the nerves in the same pattern that you would if you were actually doing an activity. So, you can lie on the ground, and you can visualize yourself running, and the nerves will fire and use the same channels that they would if you were actually running, but the muscles won't contract. And all that's happening here is you're visualizing yourself running. I'm not running. You're visualizing that paperclip doing that, and your brain is firing the nerves, and it's because you're consciously trying to tell yourself just to hold it still, just a little bit of it's breaking through, and just ever so minute movements in the fingers, and that's making that paperclip swing. It's the same thing as a Ouija board. Consciously, yeah, now you're like, that's how it works, right? Yeah, it's not black magic, right? I mean, consciously, your fingers are on this thing, right? And you're like, you know the answer you want it to go to subconsciously or consciously, but you're not telling it, you're not pushing it that direction, but your brain knows what it is that you want, and it slowly makes those movements and goes over there, and you're like, wow, check that out, right? It's kind of the same thing when you're dreaming that you're running and winning the big race, and you sort of wake up and you're like, your muscles are twitching, right? Or you can do this. You can close your mouth, and you can visualize yourself saying, I'm a great runner, and you can feel your tongue going through the movements, but you're not actually doing it, right? You don't get it. Okay, how about typing? Pretend you're typing. Pretend you got your hands out. Type your name. Without moving your fingers, you can sort of feel the energy go into your fingers as to how you would type them. You kind of feel it moving, but it's not really moving. Anyhow, that's called the psychoneuromuscular theory, and here's what it says you can do, and this is what's great about it, is you can train without straining. You can lie on the ground and you can visualize yourself training. You can visualize yourself running with perfect form. You can visualize yourself cresting the hill with ease and flying down the hill. And you can visualize yourself having a great kick without ever moving a muscle, just lying there. Now I'll take my athletes into a room and I'll lie them all down on, I usually take them to like a wrestling room where the mats are really soft. And I'll lie them all down. And we'll start off with this progressive relaxation, which is where I did like you did earlier. Say, tense, relax, tense, relax. And then I'll have them focus on their breathing. I'll have them calm their breathing down. And now that they're calmed down, I start a visualization session. And here's what you do. You start visualizing yourself running the race, and you see where you're going to run. You smell the air. You feel the warmth of the air. You hear the sounds of people all around you. Visualize yourself doing a warm-up, feeling loose and relaxed and confident and having a good time with your teammates. Visualize yourself stretching your strong, loose muscles. Visualize yourself on the starting line. I'll take you through the whole process, right? Right into the race. And you visualize the race the way you want the race to go. Right? Visualize yourself running the perfect race. See the tactics and the strategies unfold. Feel yourself running loose and smooth. And as we get closer to the end of the race, and I'm telling my athletes, I'm narrating the race for them, or they're narrating it to themselves in their head if they're good enough at it. It's amazing. They're just lying on the ground, but you can see their heart's beating hard, sweat running down their face. Their body's not even moving, but their brain thinks it's real. It's training without straining. Visualization gives you the ability to run the race 1,000 times before the race in your head, to see the outcome a number of times, and this does two things. One, it helps you believe that you can do it because you've done it before. More than one Olympian has won a gold medal, and when they said, so are you surprised, or how did you feel? The answer is no, I've done it 100 times in my head. I knew that's the way it was going to happen. So it enables you to believe in yourself, and two, it reduces pressure. Because all of a sudden, you've done it before. If it's a big race you have to prepare for, you've already done it. You've seen it in your head 1,000 times. You guys ever see the movie Hoosiers? Right? I mean, great thing is he takes them to the basketball court, and it's this huge arena, right? And it's like these kids from Indiana had never seen such an arena. And they're just aghast at the size of this. Well, first thing I would do if I was the coach, and I know they didn't have this back then, but I would have gotten videotapes of teams playing in that arena, and I would have showed them the arena. So now you know what it is you're in store for, because it's hard to be scared of what you know. It's the unknown. It's the uncertainties that build anxiety in us. So you know the course ahead of time because you've seen videos of it. You've gone over it in training. And then you've run the course in your head on the big day, right, with all of the competition. You've seen all the competition out there, and the race is unfolded. So not only are you increasing your belief that you can run that race and how you visualize it and how you want to visualize it, but you're also reducing the pressure when that actual race comes to be. And the third thing you're doing is you're teaching yourself proper form, right? Proper neurological patterning, so that you can see yourself running with perfect form. Particularly if you have a problem. I call them, fly swatters. They run like this, right? And their arms sort of do this thing. And that takes a lot longer than it does to do this, right? And so if you have to do this, it means your legs are going to go slower than if you're doing this. So you visualize yourself running with perfect form. And you can actually improve your form through visualization. So visualization is this incredibly underused tool that you have at your disposal to reduce pressure. If you've ever bombed a race, then you know that when the pressure's on, you should visualize that race a number of times beforehand. Feel yourself being loose and relaxed. See yourself running the race. See yourself having a successful race. And feel the enjoyment that comes with having a successful race on that course. Just lying in your bedroom and visualizing. Or if it's a really boring math class. So that was the fifth rule of sports psychology, is visualize. We spend so long training our bodies. It's also important to train our minds. Okay, other questions? Any?
So does that visualization work for any sport?
For what? Any sport, absolutely. If I take 3 groups of people and and I have them shoot free throws. And these are non-basketball players. These are people like me who just, this court is alien, right? I mean, just don't play basketball. We take, 20 people in each group, and we have them go, and we divide them randomly into 3 groups, and we have them shoot 100 free throws, and we see what percentage they make it. Each group is going to throw about the same, because they're all inexperienced free throw shooters. And then, for 2 weeks, we have Group A do nothing. They're the lucky group, right? They do nothing. Group B, they come out every day, and they practice 100 free throws. And that's all they do. And Group C, they come out, and they lie down, and they visualize 100 free throws every day. And then 2 weeks later, we retest them. Well, surprise, surprise, Group A has no improvement or insignificant improvement because they haven't done anything. Group B, the results are obvious, right? I mean, Group B went out every day and they shot 100 free throws. They got a lot better. But what's surprising is Group C, people who have never touched a basketball ever, have almost as much improvement as the people who threw the basketball. And that's pretty amazing, without ever touching the basketball. And this study has been done, this type of study has been done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times in sports psychology. And the results are very consistent. Visualizing enables you to do better. So yes, this works for all sports.
Distance running is equal parts physical and psychological. By understanding and applying this psychological dimension to our distance running, we can run more effective and consistent races while maximizing our performance and enjoyment of the sport. Good luck!